Hello everyone, welcome to Switchcraft, the Fingerboard podcast. My name is Jana, and we're at the very end of a very special day at a very special location. Fast Fingers is still going on somewhat, the party is still going strong, but the actual contest has finished, and I'm sitting here with the new and also old world champion.
Yep.
Say hello to Ramon Angelow.
Hello. Hello to Ramon Angelow. hello.
Yeah, it's so crazy to actually do this with you.
Yeah, because it was just like a couple of hours ago we sitting here and we just like...
Did a favorites one?
Yeah, talking about like, how you guys got prepared, what you think about, who's gonna win, whatsoever, blah, 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 all this stuff. Which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. And and now I'm sitting here and I won this fucking shit.
Yeah. I'm also quite proud of my selection because I talked to 5 riders today.
Yeah.
And 3 of them made it to the final out of 6 people. So
yeah.
But yeah, you had an amazing run.
Thank you.
This was fully deserved.
Thanks so much. It's still feels really surreal.
I can totally imagine.
Yeah, it's like just, I don't know.
Yeah, this is like ever since I got invited to do these interviews here, I was like, I really want to do a winner's interview after. Yeah. And it's so cool to do this with you because we've hung out at the shop for like 8 years now.
Yeah, we're homies.
Yeah, and it's this is like
fuck yeah. So right now we gave each other a fist bump because there's no video.
Yeah,
but we did. But yeah, it's like we're fucking like we're homies. Both locals in Berlin and stuff, and we see each other like all the time at the shop. And
you actually did this.
And I actually did it, and I talked about this like so much the last couple of months and everything to everyone I know. I don't know, like I really, yeah. It's not like I think or I guess I actually really wanted it, but in between. Of course, like, you doubt yourself a lot, and you doubt, like, whatsoever. And, of course, any other point, and then hits the other part that says, like, dude, it's just fingerboarding. Like, why you get yourself, like, so crazy about it, whatsoever. But on the other hand, to realize again, is like, yeah, but it's one of my biggest passions in my life, and it all comes from skateboarding for me, personally. Like, everything with fingerboarding, everything you got to do with fingerboarding is crowned and found, like, everything, like, by skateboarding, because I skate since the 90s, and I still do, of course, and, yeah, it's just a part of the whole culture of skateboarding. That's it for me, and, so, maybe for some people outside there, might sound weird, but still means a lot to me. To accomplish this and feels crazy.
And I know especially Ramon was also the Fast Fingers Online champion, and people were joking like, "Oh, you're like online world champion."
Yeah.
Now, like, you did everything.
I proved it.
Yeah, you didn't even prove it. You're world champion in a live setting and world champion when you can take all the time in the world. Yes. And so it's like even crazier than just doing this.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of for the people who listen to it right now, it's just like maybe like an hour or so ago or like 2 hours ago. Since where was actually the point where I was winning.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, like, for me, it's not so easy to get the right words because it feels super, super crazy and insanely surreal, how I said already. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Just mind-blowing shit. I don't know. It's crazy.
Like, I was already happy when I saw the final because everyone in the final was so fucking good. And from like a 11-year-old kid to
so much young guns.
To like Stolly, who has been a crowd favorite the whole day. Like, the whole hall was shouting Stolly's name, and and Francesco from Improviso.
I know, yeah.
It was so cool, and I mean, of course, I almost forgot Nico Frank.
Yeah.
In this lineup,
Yeah. So much of them are like really like how you say like fingerboarding heroes for a lot of people.
Yeah, like legends.
Yeah, legends.
And then like Young Guns and
combined together.
And I almost forgot Ian Mollet.
Yeah.
It was so cool having him over.
Yes,
and
another Young Gun.
Yeah, and
it's crazy.
Such a cool final.
Mm-hmm.
And
it really was.
Yeah, and at the end, all three of you had tea.
Mm-hmm.
This was
right.
Was a bit of a butt clencher.
Yeah. It was really like this one, like the stuff that people actually want to see, you know, like where it comes down to one damn line or trick or whatsoever. Yeah. I did it with...
what was your winning line?
My winning line was just like, started super simple, but I have to say like, we all, or like the most of the part of the whole final went like that the first trick was most likely a super simple trick, like a 5-0 or a Smith grind or nose blunt slide or whatever. The only one like who tried like to make a little, the only one like who tried like to make it a little bit more complicated was like Francisco Martins, with like switch heels and switch double heels and
he's so good
crazy, super crazy. And he tried like to rise up the level. Sadly, didn't work out that much, but anyway, for the most part, like almost like about 90% of the lines started with like some super simple grind, and I did it with like frontside Smith grind, and then not like popping out. I was like riding it into the bank.
Manual?
Into the bank, like frontside Smith grind into the bank, and then frontside tail slide hard flip out at the handrail, and I was like, yeah, come on. I would like inside because everybody was freaking out. I did it and blah blah. After the second or third try, maybe the third try.
I think it was the third.
Yeah, third try, and then everybody was like, yeah, that's it, fuck yeah, and blah blah. And I was like, yo, but wait, like Stolli and Francisco still have to land it. And I was like, come on, it's a tail slide hard flip out on a rail, and for me, it's like. In my perspective, we're like, yeah, come on, these guys can do it.
Yeah,
you know,
I think they can, but it's not a trick. Like for example, Francisco, I've never seen him.
Oh yeah,
do like it's not a trick he gravitates to.
Okay,
he can probably do them, but it's not like under pressure in the final at T. Like I think that adds so much more to it than just you being able to land the trick.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, seems to be.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, and then for me, like, and everybody like was hyping me up, and everybody said like, yeah, that's it, and blah blah. And I was like, yo, but wait, like this guy like still have like both have 3 tries, you know? And I was like, come on, and was like, and everybody tried like to party me up like already, and I was like, dude, like I have
wait.
Yeah, I have the experience that I know. From all like last 20 years of contest riding, like this definitely can be get down by anyone else.
Yeah,
it's just a tail slide hard flip out on a rail, so it's round. You can pop it out super well. It's super easy, kinda. If you are not used to this trick, of course they're not.
And also on the down rail, it makes it much harder than on a flat one.
Yeah, but at the end it was kink.
Yeah,
the kink, and it was straight at the end, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And I was not really sure. And then I landed it. I went back to the other competitors, to Stolli and Francisco, and Stolli was not sure. Like he said, like he was like, just give me like a fist bump. I was like, fucking good, blah blah. And Francisco looked at me, and he said, like, looked at my eyes and was like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's see. But at the end, it was it. But fun fact is that the most people after the celebrating were giving me so much props for the frontside 180 switch crooks fakey flip out.
Yeah, and like when you did it or when you announced it, the people I was next to. As you might have heard, we had to cancel the interview, or at least take a break, because the room where we did all the interviews was right next to the party location, and when the actual party started really picking up, it was just way too loud in there. So since I live in the same city as the now current world champion, and he's a friend of mine, we decided to continue the interview a couple of weeks later in Berlin. So it's now 2 weeks after the initial interview and 2 weeks since Ramon became world champion. And so we're pretty much trying to pick up where we left off. So last we talked about the tricks you did in the final, and I was about to say that when you did the frontside 180
switch crooks,
that one.
Switch crooks, fakey flip out.
Yes, that a bunch of people that I was with were like, "Oh, I didn't know that he can do those sort of tricks," and I was like, "That's the most Ramon shit I've ever seen."
Yeah, like this one, especially the last year, pretty much. I really love this trick, and I do even like other combinations with that, like other flips out already. So it's super fun, and I did it so much, and especially on a round rail, especially with a straight kink, a long straight kink at the end. It's way much easier than like do it, for example, an Eddie curb or ledge or whatsoever.
Yeah, and that also helps with ICU, like usually once per week. Sometimes a bit less, but usually every week, every other week. So I forget how it is for other people seeing you, because for me it's just normal to see you do knock out all these tricks, and also I now know what you're good at, and like 180 rotations and then flipping out of the grind is a now very Ramon trick for me in pretty much any stance.
Yeah, when we're at a Aussie shop, for example, and like we session a lot, and of course like you're like, oh yeah, again this one, fine, like you see it so often, because like of course I do it often, especially when I fall in love with a new trick.
Yeah, but I think that was the key on you staying focused in the final, because you focused very much on tricks that I knew you could knock out pretty much first try, and I'm very happy that you could keep it together.
Yeah.
You were really, really tense in there sometimes.
Yeah. So like for me it was I realized, or like I knew before, with some other experiences I had before in my life, that when I do the angry phase, and stay focused and don't show like any other emotions than like, let's go, like I gonna win this shit and nobody can stop me, and like I gonna fuck you and this and whatsoever, like being kind of like aggressive mode, it helps me so much like to keep focus and not get like, because with my brain how it works, when I get too much into positive or negative whatsoever emotions, I start to overthink.
Yeah.
And then everything gets so crazy. So I have to pick like one emotion, which is then like anger, or like really like defense and offense on the same time, pretty much. And that helped me so much. And I realized that I did that the first time while the best trick. And I was like, yo, that works so good that I keep doing it. And even when people between like quarterfinal and half final whatsoever, like try to talk to me, and I realized they want to have like a longer chat, and I was like, hey yo, by the way, like don't be mad or something. I have to stay in like my focused bubble. So if you want to talk longer or anything, like, hey dude, we still can do this later, like after the contest. I'm down like to talk for hours, I don't care. But yeah, and so this helped me so much, and it worked so well, because I knew in the final it's all about to keep your nerves together.
I mean, pretty much in the whole contest, it's all about mental strength.
But I mean, like, I heard afterwards that like the final was like about 1 hour, and
was it?
Yeah, like actually, like around 1 hour, and it felt like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. So
then that's a whole other thing to stay focused for that long.
Yep.
But I have quite a lot of experience in another hobby, in playing Magic the Gathering, and there it's very normal to have like 10-hour tournaments.
Damn.
And usually even like when you perform good, it's 2 days. It's 2 days of like 10 hours, and one round is 50 minutes with like usually half an hour in between. And people are very similar to that. Like some really wanna talk about nothing else in the break and just like stay in the mindset, analyze their last games, analyze their arrows, and then just continue where they left off. Some are like, please talk about anything
else
that
this
doesn't include Magic cards.
And
some are just super chill and like use the time to just like browse sellers and who's there, visit artists, like stuff like that. So I'm a bit familiar with the staying focused for a long time, and I'm happy that you found a system that worked for you.
I found my way and quickly realized that like pretty much like everybody have to find out like what works out for them pretty much in that state of like whatever contest it is or whatsoever. I don't know. So yep.
And I think for even people that don't know a lot about you, I think if you're stopping to talk, like if you don't talk with people and don't take time, it usually means like that's very
he's
very
in the mode.
Yeah,
he's in the mode.
We often joke about the Ramonologue.
I know.
And
talk.
And if you're like, hey, no, let's talk after the contest, and that speaks to how much this meant to you.
Then it's serious.
Yeah. And now I know that if it happens again, that like it did last year in Jena, when both of us were in the final against each other, I just need to distract you and talk shit to you.
I'm like, shut up. Yeah. Maybe a strategic.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I'll probably judge this year, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But so since it's now been around 2 weeks since it actually happened, does it still feel weird, or has it sunken in? Like, how does it feel now to be the actual like world champion that nobody can argue about, or the undisputed world champion, as they would say in wrestling?
It's kind of like a mixture of all of it. Like, of course, it settled like more, but still, it's kind of like weird and whatsoever, like surreal, kind of like, and I don't know, hard to process. But finally had a phone call with my mom and stuff, and had some time, because like it's a little bit in the family and we all talk much, so I know like when I'm gonna call my mom, I need time. So I waited and I told her like, all good, I just like want to take my time, like to have time for you to talk. So so this was really nice, and had so much good conversations like with other good friends and shit, and so much motivation for the future, like what to do next and whatsoever, like a lot of ideas, and but let's see, you will see in the future, just keep going. But other from that, I realized a couple of things already, like 2-3 days after the contest, that it was for me not just like, let's like for fun or something and let's try to win or something. I was really like, I really want to win this.
And you needed it for you.
Yeah, like for myself, because I quickly like, self-reflect why it was so important to me. It's because so often in my life, if it's like for my family, friends, or even for myself then, I got like promised things
promise things and everything, and I got disappointed like my whole damn life pretty much. Almost like from everybody, like instead from my mom, by the way, because she was not like, I'm gonna do this and this and this and then don't do it. She just like do when she can do some and don't promise anything. That's the best way you can do. But whatsoever, like let's say other people in my family, and and this one I kind of like promised to myself, and then not to get disappointed from myself to actually make it. Like this made it for me like a really emotional thing actually, that it's way crazier. Like it could be any world champion, like, or like any big contest whatsoever. Like if it's damn, like, I don't know, like magic cards, if it would be like yo-yo, if it would be kendama, or like whatever it is. But it's more like about the mental thing I had in my past pretty much. So there was like a gigantic rock or mountain like fall from my heart, like finally this shit is done, it's in the bag. I brought it home and it was like, phew.
Yeah, we talked about that right after we finished the actual interview last time, and you mentioned that you just needed to do this for yourself.
Yeah, it's more for myself and not like, hey look, I'm world champion. Like, dude, fuck that. Like, I'm like, whatever, like I know I'm a good fingerboarder, like you can see it on Instagram, like, you know, like to calm down the ego, you know, because this is the point, like I'm totally known that it's all about ego at the end of the day, but like it's important that you kind of have getting a better relationship with your ego, and to maybe if you have a toxic ego, that you change it, that you work to it, that you get like a healthy ego. That sometimes it can help you and you can control it at some point, like to shut up and calm it down and say like, yo, chill. Because we all have this struggle and everybody knows. Yeah. Super deep shit, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm still so happy for you.
Thank you.
Even though I was also rooting, I was pretty much rooting for everyone in the final.
Oh yeah, dude, I was so much like for Alex Christ to win, but somehow didn't made it to the next round. That was super weird.
Whole nother thing. And also, I also really wanted to see Pedro, the other improviser, in the final, because it would have just been so great to have both of them in the final together. Yes. But
like a best friend final kind of like hell yeah.
And I was also like, I was rooting for Francisco because he's such a cool guy. And
you mean Francisco?
Francisco, yeah.
Yeah, Francisco.
Yeah, I'm trying to pronounce it the way they do, but
I just every time think about San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's just like Francisco.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I think they do more of a... let's...
oh yeah, the SC thing in Portuguese.
But so I was rooting for him. I was rooting for Stolly. I was rooting for you. I was basically rooting for everyone to just land their shit.
Yeah.
And I was
and see like who's best and win.
Yeah. And I mean even like who else was in the final? Wasn't Michele also in the final? No, Nico Frank was in the final.
Nico Frank, Ian Mullet, and Michael or Mikael, like the 11-year-old. Not Michele, like not Fingerbender.
Right, Michele didn't get into the final.
Like was like the 11-year-old Mikael.
Yeah, he was also super good.
So good. Like he still was able like to do like so much good tricks, and we was like, yo. And I think, what was it? I don't remember exactly, but maybe it was like the line from Francisco, like this switch heel and then switch heel, like two switch heel in a row. Yeah. And I think he was like not usually able like to do them so good, and then he made it, I think, on the third try with and dude, like he was so happy, he was like chanting for himself, like like it was like already a win for him. So that was super cool. Super cool.
And it's been a while since we had a very young guy or a young person in the final. Because to be the old person again, back in my day, that happened all the time.
The young guns.
Yeah, because at that time we had like this like little kid. He was like, I don't know, also like 10, 11, like from Austria. Maybe you've heard of him. Elias Asmuth.
Oh yeah, I heard his name once.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Reach out to Elias. Best guy.
And he won. I think 2 times that I was at Fast Fingers back then.
Yeah, okay.
He definitely won when I judged in 2007, and that was also the year the Galileo TV crew was there and made like a little feature about him.
Yeah, of course.
And even I think even in that final it was against another guy who I actually don't know the name of, who was also like a similar age.
Okay.
I think from Poland, but could be wrong.
Yeah.
And it's also been like almost 20 years.
Yeah.
But
which is crazy.
Yeah, but I know that even in years that I wasn't there was always, or oftentimes there was someone very young who got a deep run, or someone unknown, and I like that the tradition kept going of someone that isn't well known getting into the final. Because I think everyone else, like Ian
Mikael?
No, I mean Ian Mole.
Mole, yeah.
Him, Nico Frank, Stolli, you, Francisco, all of them, people who are deep into fingerboarding and into Instagram, we all know those names, or have seen clips of those people. Cool. And I really enjoyed that there was someone that nobody had on there.
Yep, some underdog. Yeah, and this was like Mikael with damn 11 years old, which is crazy.
And I remember that when we were in Prague, he was also there. And I remember Fabs, who was in my King of Prague team there. Mm-hmm. He was like, I met him at a contest in Bratislava, and he beat me in Game of Skate, or almost beat me, and he was like, that kid is like super good. And I was super happy to see him perform. Do you think that it was less like that he wasn't affected as much by the crowd, or do you think it was just his day? Like
Mikael.
Yeah. Like do you think it was more about that it was his first time, he already got farther than he probably expected and was just in there for the ride, or do you think he just has a very strong mental game, if we can call it that?
I don't know if he have a strong mental game, but like he really put it together, and I definitely knew, and you definitely could see that he was nervous and everything, and super surprised, and he didn't thought he would go that far at all. You really was able to see it, and afterwards, after the contest, he came to me maybe 3-4 times, every time hugging me and whatsoever, and showing the respect and love and whatsoever, and he was so stoked, and he was like, yo, what the heck, I was in the final and this and blah blah blah, and then I think even that the dad was with him or something, his dad, cool. And they were both so happy, and they didn't expect it at all. They were so surprised, and so yeah, he definitely didn't knew he would make it that far. Plus, he kind of got it, was able to keep it together somehow. So it was maybe a mixture of being really nervous and whatsoever, but being lucky at the same time to get it together, and maybe it helped him, or he was able to be strong enough to not completely lose it with a nervous, with a getting too nervous. So
because I think it's a different kind of nervous when you've been there a bunch of times, never in the final, but you've been to Fast Fingers, you had the pressure, you know what it feels like.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just really glad that we still have new people entering, and it's not only people who've been fingerboarding for 20 plus years.
If you watch the videos, which Blackriver and Fast Fingers 21 did with all the old world champions, it's pretty much at the end they every time had to the question, what do you think, who gonna win this time, and blah blah. And for example, Dimitri Schlotthauer, so Dima, said in his he bet somebody who no one knows, or at the end, to be honest, it's just like the one like who is the most hungry. Like, but yeah, it turned out I was the most hungry for it, but I really was like, you know, like we talked about this before. I was really like, I really wanted it.
You really wanted it.
Yeah, like so much.
And
but
I was hesitant on betting on you because I was like, it almost felt like from the outside that you were putting too much pressure on yourself. So I was like, yeah, Ramon is always like that. That's why I wanted you in the favorites interview in the morning, because I was like, he's definitely one who could do it.
Yeah,
it's more up in the air. Like, are you?
If it's my day or not?
Is it your day? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean that's pretty much always the case because
it's all about that. If it's your day, it's your day. You gotta win.
Yeah,
it's that easy.
Yeah, I mentioned in a different interview, I think the one with the improvisers, that the two contests that I performed good, one was actually against one of the improvisers, against Pedro, and one was against you. So both of those, I just had the perfect mindset. It wasn't that I was fingerboarding better than I usually am. Like, I did land tricks that I usually don't, but that's the final power. Yeah. Like,
yes. The Smith grind flip out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And so, but it's more, I was in the perfect state of mind or frame of mind at that point. Yeah. And for me, that involved drinking a little bit, but because I just
that sometimes helps.
Yeah. It's a sweet spot.
Like 1 or 2 beer.
Yeah, you don't want to get drunk. Yeah, but it's you want to relax a little, get your heart rate down. Yeah, because once you're like on the park, have like lights on you, tons of people watching.
Yeah, everyone gets nervous.
Yes, as soon as you're aware of it, it's really bad. And what helped me was when we did the final, it was in the darkness. So
true.
It was inside and just the table was lit. And
which is amazing.
So I physically couldn't see anyone else other than Stolly and TKY.
And like all the people was like standing up there. It was
somewhere on the balcony.
What's called in English, like, I don't know, we say loge.
Balcony, basically.
Balcony, kind of like, okay.
And somewhere on the floor, but you could barely make them out.
It was maybe just like 20 people or so, 20 to 30 people like standing like around on the walls where it's like not too much light, and most people were like up on the balcony.
Yeah, and on the stage and stuff.
So, stage too. Yep.
That really helped me to focus on only the table and basically try to forget that there is like 100 people watching. Did you at any point try to forget that there was that many people watching, or was it just like, I'm just gonna do my thing and...
For me, it's not like that there's a lot of people watching or something. It's just like the fact that it's your turn. It could be like 10 people, it could be 10,000 people. It doesn't fucking matter for me, really. Like no huge difference. It's more like...
I think I shat myself like when
your run?
Almost, yeah. Like when it was my run, it wasn't even like a lot of my friends weren't even watching because you know how it is. It's super hectic. You never quite know when it's your turn. Yeah. People are outside. People are like, oh yeah, you're up. I'll be there, and then just so. And I think that even helped me that there wasn't like a group of my friends all cheering me on.
Yeah,
but. Even still, like even with not that many people, I was so nervous and I felt like sick. Like
of course, like you want to throw up, and stuff. Yeah, like for me, by the way, another thing, like of course there are a lot of people, and of course like some interactions from the people, like can how you say ablenken,
distract.
Yeah, distract you. For the moment, and maybe like bring you out or whatsoever. So what I did was putting my Bluetooth headphones in.
Yeah, you did a run with headphones.
Both runs,
I thought you only
and
did
both
the
time
second
with the same song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
What was the song?
It was from Kaya's.
Okay.
I think it was. Let me check. Maybe it called Demon Cleaner or something, but I'm not too sure.
So like stoner rock for.
Yeah, but like for the people like who want to know the song.
Yeah.
I just want to find out. Come on, where it is? Yes, the album "Welcome to Sky Valley," and it was Demon Cleaner. Yeah.
So if you want to be the next world champion.
Listen to Demon Cleaner from Caius. But of course, don't use the song from the first second. Like skip like 25 seconds into that, like the song actually starts.
Okay.
And then hell yeah. And then go with the flow. And this is what I thought about. Like, should I choose this song? I at the end choose, or gonna choose? Choose Queens of the Stone Age? Go with the flow. By the way, because it's damn perfect, but I was like, it's maybe too emotional, so maybe like overdo it, and for me, like my first run, it felt like it was not so good for me, but then a couple of days later, somebody sent me a clip of the whole run, and I was like, yo, it was actually fucking good, and was like super surprised by like, but that's usual. The most people they come like back to the crowd from their run, and they're like, oh, I fucked up, dude. I fucked up so bad, and blah blah, and this. Same as Alex Christ, and like Alex Christ came to me and was like, dude, it was damn good. You fucking nailed it. And he was like, until the next round, like first place. Like he qualified as first, and I was second. Yeah, because he nailed it.
Wasn't Mikael in like third?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I think he was also super high going in.
Yeah.
Like his run.
All in. All in, homie.
Yeah.
Or like how Dave Duncan would have said, this kid is no joke. Yeah.
So, do you think you would, now that you've like done it, do you think you want to go through that again next time, or?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? I'm like, why not try? Like, let's give it
sure.
a go. Like, but then like if I don't do it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine.
You've done it now.
I already done it, but it's more like, let's fucking try the same technique next time and see like how good it works next time. Let's see. I don't mind, but I don't know when the next time is.
What's the most so far? Peter, I think.
Petacek, yeah. 3 times in a row. In a fucking row. This is the craziest part about it.
But he's only won those 3 times. There wasn't like a one before or after, right?
No.
Like only 3 in a
I
row.
think we watched it, like me and Hanneman just lately went like to the Blackriver side where it's like the most stuff documented. Like not everything, it's more like 80% of the whole history is documented because like the first like 10 contests is only like the top 3 or something.
I think it's the Fast Finger side.
Yeah, or Fast Finger side, yeah. Sorry. And I think Elias, for example, won 2 times, but I think the first time it wasn't a world champion or a ship already. It was like the European championship.
Exactly.
Before,
he won in 2007 for the first time. Yeah. That was my last of the old Fast Fingers. And that was also the one I was judging. Yeah. And it was the European championship for the first time. Yep. Before that, it was just Fast Fingers. Just Fast Fingers. Because the German championship used to be in a like touring format.
I know. Yeah, I remember that. That was
it's also in the first placing singles, I think.
Yeah.
And so it was for us. It was quite weird at the beginning because we were like, "Why is it European?" Like,
because so much people come.
Yeah, but at that point, it was pretty much only.
But by the way, I have a fun fact in between the German championship with a tour. This is where this super long, I think the biggest Blackriver park ever built with all the colors is came from, I guess. No? Damn, I'm wrong. Fuck.
No, that one was, I think, in 2006 at Fast Fingers. Because 2005 was...
Oh, it was a Fast Fingers park?
Yes, it was a Fast Fingers
park. Okay, then I mix it up.
It was the one Fast Fingers where I performed quite well in the first run. Like, I ended in, like, I want to say top 10, but it's also been 20 years. But yeah, my first run, I only did stuff that I was really good at back then.
Cool.
And for the second run, I somehow got it into my head to prove that I can also do other stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't focus on what I was good at, and I bombed and was like second in the second heat, or in the second round or whatever, like second to last. Like it was super terrible because I didn't do what I was good at, and I think that and that was what I could really see when I saw you doing the final, that you only did stuff where I knew as soon as you announced it, I was like,
yeah, he's gonna do it.
Yeah, might take like 2 or 3 tries.
Yeah.
But speaking of the different tries, did you set like a limit to yourself how many times you will try the same trick? Like
no,
just go by feel. If you were close, you'll try again.
Yeah, all feel, and I add, or I can change my mind every damn like second, because like I adapted all the time, so I was so focused that I had like an overview of the situation pretty much, and then it was like at the end we all tried, I guess, like the same line, like me, Stolli, and Francisco.
Yeah,
and
you all went back to the same. I think.
Because
Francisco was like a nollie double heel line,
something like this,
a switch double heel.
Something like this. I don't exactly remember that. I completely don't remember what Stolli was about to try, but I think even Stolli was trying different stuff. He was trying like to change up and maybe figure out a way like to finally land something. And then I was like trying like 2 times with a tail slide hard flip at the end, and I was like, the second time was super close. I just barely slipped off with the front finger and was like, damn, that was damn close, or maybe the first time. And I knew like it's actually on a round rail. It's so easy, and I was like, dude, okay, let's do at least that one and give it a try. And one more and see if the other can land it or not, because like in my head I was like, dude, it's a tail slide hard flip, especially with Francisco and Stolli. They're both so technically, and I was like, dude, a tail slide hard flip is not too crazy, like for all 3 of us. But then I found out
it's not a trick. Like I've never seen Francisco.
Okay. Wait. And this is the point. Like afterwards, like both came to me and was like, dude, we don't do this trick like recently. It's like years ago. Yeah. Whatever. Was like, okay, I didn't. So I was pretty lucky with the choice.
I think both of them, I've seen so many like grind flip out variations. Like Francisco has done weird like into a slide and then another flip. Like he does a lot of like rail dancing. Yeah. Like where he does stuff while he's on the rail. Yeah. But I don't see him doing that many like out of a tail slide or nose slide. More out of like nose grind, 5-0, Smith.
But which is, by the way, like the stuff like Watch's stuff is insane. Like that. But Stolli the same. Like they're both like this super high technical.
And Stolli is also just so consistent.
Yeah, super.
I mean, and both of them. I mean, like Francisco has won Pateo a bunch of times. He's pretty much always in the final. Like, that guy can compete. Yeah. And I think you saw that quite well. Yeah. Was there? Did you at any point lose track in the final where everyone was, or were you constantly checking the board?
No, constantly checking. What constantly, it was like when there's a change, somebody get a letter or so, I'm like, okay, where we are right now. More like this, I waited until something happened, but not like every try. Like look at it. Like I was just like, oh, finally somebody else or me got a letter, and then I was like looking, okay, what's the situation, and blah blah, and I was extremely focused.
Yeah, and that really seemed to do the trick. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you so much for doing this second half of the interview.
Of course, you're welcome. Highly welcome.
And yeah, once again, I'm so happy that it was you.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you like actually do it and
Actually doing it.
defeat whatever was blocking you.
Yeah. Like, who was it? Like, Martin Winkler and Martin Ehrenberger, like, both told me, like, do it now. You made it, like, offline and online.
Yeah,
This is like a one-timer too.
I said the same to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool that you've now done both. Like,
yeah.
Because people said before, and I said the same, but I didn't mean it like derogatory. But I was like, it's just different. Like, it's different winning fast fingers online and different from different.
Both completely different things.
Both is super hard.
Yeah. But so different.
But winning, like, for fast fingers online, you basically need time and dedication, and then the skill, and then the skill to film.
Filming too.
Yeah. Like, it's like you versus one spot. Yeah. And with fast fingers in person, it's pretty much you against your own brain.
Yeah, you against the pressure.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Like, most people that signed up for the actual competition are so good. Like, there are so many people that didn't land more than 2 tricks, but I lose constantly against them in a game skate. Like, that doesn't mean that they're bad fingerboarders.
Yeah,
it's just they didn't find the right mindset that day, or the right headspace.
Yeah.
You did, and you're obviously an amazing fingerboarder.
Thank you.
So yeah, seeing you do both is even crazier than you just doing one and the other.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the first one, Fast Fingers Online, that you won, and you won immediately after. Yeah. So I think it's fair to say that you're currently the best fingerboard in the world.
So you can fuck me in 2 different dimensions. Just kidding, but yeah,
I think fun. Those are wise words to
super wise words. Yeah, that was my ego spoken. Sorry for that.
So congrats again, and thank you everybody for listening. And you'll catch me in the next episode. I think I will do one more of a Fast Finger special, and then we'll get back to the regular schedule. So see you then.
And bye from me, and thanks for having me.
Bye.